What's up, guys? It's Devin back again with episode 2 of my Katawa Shoujo walkthrough, starting with Emi's route. Last time we left off, we were, shit. Be right back. Okay, guys, I am back, and I am in the save file that we left off on. Last time we left off, we were in the, hospital after waking up from our... not waking up, but like having a time lapse, you know. Alright, now I'm gonna read. In that whole time, I can probably count the times I've left this hospital room unsupervised on one hand. 4 months is a pretty long time when you're left alone with your thoughts, so I've had plenty of time to come to terms with my situation. Arrhythmia. A strange word, a foreign alien one. The one that you don't want to be in the same room with. A rare condition, it causes the heart to act erratically and occasionally beat way too fast, and it can be fatal. Apparently I've had it for a long time. They said it was a miracle that I was able to go on so long without anything happening. Is that really a miracle? I guess it was supposed to make me feel better and more appreciative of my life. It really didn't do anything to cheer me up. Alright, since we read that, I want to explain to you why this visual novel, Katawa Shoujo, means just a bit to me. It's because I have arrhythmia. Arrhythmia sucks dick. It's not fun. No. Now let's continue on our journey. My parents, I think, were hit harder by the news than I was. They practically had 2 hemorrhages apiece. I had already had a full day by then to digest everything. To them, it was all fresh. They were even willing to sell our house in order to pay for a cure. Of course there isn't a cure. Because of the late discovery of this condition, I've had to stay in the hospital to recuperate, damn it, from the treatments. When I was first admitted, it felt as if I was missed. For about a week, my room in the ward was full of flowers and balloons and cards. But the visitors soon dwindled, and all the get-well gifts began trickling to nothing shortly after. I realized that the only reason I had gotten so many cards and flowers was because they were sending me their sympathy. Sympathy had been turned into a class project. Maybe some people were genuinely concerned, but I doubt it. Even in the beginning, I had barely had any visitors. By the end of the first month, only my parents came by on a regular basis. Amanako was the last to stop visiting. After 6 weeks, I never saw her again. We never had that much to talk about when she visited anyways. We didn't touch the subject that was between us almost no day ever again. The hospital? It's not really a place I'd like to live in. Doctors and nurses feel so impersonal and faceless. I guess it's because they are in a hurry and they have a million other patients awaiting for them, but it makes me feel uncomfortable. For the first month or so, I asked the head cardiologist every time I saw him for a rough estimate of when I would be able to leave. He never answered anything in a straightforward way, but he told me to wait and see if his treatment and surgeries worked. So I idly observed the scar that their surgeries left on my chest slowly change its appearance over time. Thinking of it as some kind of an omen, I still ask the head cardiologist about leaving, but my expectations are low enough now that I'm not disappointed anymore when I don't get a reply. The way he shuffles around the answer shows that there is at least some hope. At some point I stopped watching TV and I don't know why. I just did. Maybe it was the wrong kind of escapism for my situation. I started reading instead. There was a small library at the hospital, although it was more like a storeroom for books. I began working my way through it, one small stack at a time. After consuming them, I would go back for more. I found that I liked reading, and I think I even became a bit addicted. I started feeling naked without a book in my hands. But I loved the stories. That was what my life was like. The days became increasingly harder to distinguish from each other, differing only by the book I was reading and the weather outside. It felt like time blurred into some kind of gooey mess. I was trapped inside instead of moving within. A week could go by without me really noticing it. Sometimes I'd pause in realization that I didn't know what day of the week it was. But other times, all the things that surrounded me would painfully crash into my consciousness through the barrier of nonchalance I had set up for myself. The pages of my book would start to feel sharp and burning hot, and the heaviness in my chest would become so hard to bear that I would have to put the book aside and just lay down for a while, looking at the ceiling as if I was going to cry. But that happened only rarely, and I couldn't even cry. Oh god, that was mouthful. Today the doctor comes in and he gives me a smile. He seems excited, but not very. It's like he's trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. My parents are here. It's been a few days since I've seen them. Both of them are even sort of dressed up. It is supposed to be some kind of special occasion. It's not a party. There is this ritual the head cardiologist has. He takes his time sorting his papers, then setting them aside as if he has to make a point of pointlessness of what he just did. Then he casually sits down on the edge of the bed next to mine. He looks at me in the eyes for a moment. Hello, Asao. How are you today? I don't answer him, but I smile a little back at him. I believe that you can go home. Your heart is stronger now, and with some precautions, you should be fine. We have all your medications sorted out. I'll give your father the prescription. The doctor hands a sheet of paper to my dad. His expression turns wooden as he reads it quickly. So many. I take it from his hand and take a look at myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this? I take a good bit of these medicines, so that's another reason why I understand this well. The absurdly long list of medications staring back at me from the paper seems unsurmountably. They all blend together in a sea of letters. It's insane. Side effects, adverse effects, contradictions, and dosages are listed line after line with cold precision. I try to read them, but it's so futile. I can't understand any of it. Attempting to only makes me feel sicker. All of this for the rest of my life? Every day? I'm afraid that that is the best we can do at this point. However, new medications are always being developed, so I wouldn't be surprised to see if the list faded over the years. Years? What kind of confidence booster is that? I had felt better if he hadn't said anything at all. Also, I've spoken with your parents and we believe that it would be best if you don't return to your old school. What? Please calm down, Hasao. Please listen to what the doctor has to say. Calm down.